That's right, folks, mark these dates in your calendars because we are officially less than a week away from the release of the Black Panther DLC. August 17 definitely looks very exciting, and even more so, Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix seem to be going all in with this new content update. There's some really high quality outfits in there that we will check in just a little bit, including new gameplay footage and, most important, a big announcement for August 16, which is one day prior to the release of the expansion. So let's jump right into it. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really liking the lineup of unique outfits that Crystal Dynamics has already put out. There's about 7 of them that are unique, and the 8th one, I believe, is a recolor of the iconic outfit, but expect these to go in the same line as what we already have in the game. So some of them are going to be attainable from just playing the game, but you do have to unlock the challenge card for Black Panther once it drops, which is likely going to be 1000 credits, kind of like how it was for the Hawkeyes as well. At the same time, there's also some recolors and probably marketplace specific outfits in there, and yes, these will obviously cost additional money, but at least the DLC itself is free. You know what's also free? Yes, that iconic outfit. That's gonna be the first one that we cover in this video, and likely something that you already saw in the multitude of trailers and teasers that we got in the past months, but this is essentially the outfit that you start with for free at the beginning of the expansion. And just by looking at it, honestly, I don't find a reason to switch to anything else, at least at the time being, and I will likely wear this for a very long time before I spend any money on anything else. Now, this combines the classic Black Panther silhouette and visuals with the more modern and functional aspects of his look that many of the fans have grown accustomed with over the decades. It looks really awesome though, and the level of detail on it is really astonishing. Like, there's a layering of armor on it that pretty much implies this is a very resistant vibranium suit. And speaking of vibranium suit, there's gonna be these like really cool vibranium details interlaced through the outfit that also reflect Black Panther's ability to absorb energy, which is one of its skills that we can see in many of these trailers right here. So probably gonna be a semi-tank kind of character, maybe in the lines of Captain America, but with a twist for DPS as well. Speaking of twists, there's also a recolor variant of this that we've seen in previous footage, and that's this white with the red accent version of the same iconic outfit. Now, this is likely going to be a cosmetic shop purchase, and judging by its looks, I would expect it to be of legendary quality or maybe even above that, which implies a $14 price tag. If you're like me, just don't buy it on day one, just wait for maybe a few weeks or maybe even months until they run a 50% discount and buy it way cheaper if you really want it, but that's my suggestion. Moving on to number 3, this is the Most Dangerous Man outfit, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a big fan of this one. It reminds me of Spider-Man Noir, and yes, the outfit itself is also in that noir style. It actually is inspired by the comics from the 60s, and specifically the one with Casper Cole, I believe the White Tiger, when he took the mantle of the Black Panther in New York City. So if you know more about that, let me know down below in the comment section. I haven't read those comics, but I am liking this outfit. Now, I'm not sure exactly why, but this is the type of outfit that I would expect to see in the challenge track rewards, like especially if you reach the maximum level of the challenge track for Black Panther. I would totally see this as being the reward over there, but hey, I might be wrong on that one. Now, this brings us to outfits number 4 and number 5, and yes, I am covering 2 of them at the same time, since both of them are kinda unique even compared to the other standards, and even more so since they kinda achieve the same thing, which is letting you play as an exposed King T'Challa. And no, not in that way you think of. I mean, his face is either fully or partially exposed with these 2 unique outfits right here. So the first one is actually called the King T'Challa outfit. It's another Crystal Dynamics original, and this is what you would expect a king to wear if he isn't in his Black Panther suit, which I would assume he is most of the time. But look closely, because he still has that battle ring on with the claws in his hand, so he is more than capable of still doing a lot of damage. The other one is called the Royal Legacy outfit. Now, this is another appearance inspired by the ancient Wakanda attire, and it does share a few similarities with some of the armors that we saw the Wakandan warriors having in some of the trailers we've seen so far, but obviously way more royal, and it still has that that ring on, the claws on, to obviously deal damage against foes. All in all, I'm liking these two, kinda looking forward to other attire that leaves characters exposed, or at least partially. I also like the same outfit for Iron Man, for example, the Tony suit, that I also was a big fan of. Moving on to number 6, the next one is called the Panther or Demista Sarki outfit. Now this is a reinterpretation of the Jack Kirby drawing of Black Panther and how he first appeared in the comics back in the 60s. So the unique feature about this update that you likely noticed is the introduction of the short cape in the back, which according to Crystal Dynamics should add a layer of three-dimensionality to the outfit that gives it an ancient warrior feeling. And yeah, it looks awesome. Also, some of the other elements from the comics have been kept, including around the eye and the chest areas. There's still some gold elements over there, but Crystal Dynamics has also added new metal shape inserts around the sides and the shoulders for the outfit. Now at number 7, I believe this is number 7, is the strategist outfit. This is something that I would say is more in tune with a Batman kind of outfit, if you want to go that route. Yes, I know it's DC versus Marvel, but it's kind of inspired by that. It's obviously inspired by the Black Panther Man Without Fear issue number 513, where he temporarily replaced Daredevil as the defender of Hell's Kitchen. But it kind of reminds me of that vigilante role, so obviously Batman is a vigilante, Black Panther is a vigilante in this case with this outfit, so it kind of fits, a little bit more militaristic with a side chain over there, and probably something where he would keep some of the gadgets that I'm not even sure if he uses, but totally let me know in the comment section if Black Panther uses any gadgets outside of, well, his spear that we saw in some of the gameplay. But this brings us to the final point on the list, and of course, as I've said, August 16 is also an important date because one day prior to the release of the DLC, we are getting a 2-hour live show including the War Table event for the War for Wakanda DLC, so there's probably gonna be a ton of info in that we will talk about, well, when that happens, but there's gonna be a lot more in those 2 hours. This is gonna be the longest live stream as of yet, and it's going to include the first 2 missions in the DLC, later on a full look at Black Panther at the maximum level, and they will likely showcase his skills and his abilities in the harm room challenges, so I cannot wait to see how Black Panther plays as a character, what role he fits, and most important, once he comes out, where does he stack up against some of the characters that already exist in the game, like Hawkeye, especially Clint, is pretty much S tier. He is the second best character in the game right now, one of the highest damage dealers in the game, super easy to play with the setup that makes it the best, and I honestly want to see how Black Panther also fares with him, because I mean, Crystal Dynamics so far has been really on top of their game with the character designs and with the attacks from the characters. Oh, and let's not forget the fact that during the same live stream there's gonna be a ton of voice actors, including Christopher Judge once more, King T'Challa himself, and of course the voice of Kratos in the latest God of War game, and you already know him from Stargate as well, at least I do, because I've been watching those when I was a kid. Anyway, are you still there yet? Good, because I have a favor to ask, and that is, well, what do you think of my new audio setup? If you're new, I've basically been using this audio setup in this video. If you want to make a comparison, you can go to the video before this and kind of see the differences. Personally, I don't like the new one simply because it sounds too muddy and it just doesn't sound right. I'm using the Shure SM7B with a Go XLR, and no matter what I do, no matter what I fiddle and change and do there in the equalizer, I just don't sound good. It sounds way too muddy for me, dude. But let me know down below, do you prefer this one or do you prefer the more clear and crystal sound that we had up until this point? I cannot wait to see actually your reaction on that, so I'll see you guys next time.